Hey everyone, welcome back to another New World video. I hope that everybody is having an absolutely fantastic day, and in today's video, just like the title and the thumbnail implies, we're going to be talking about a huge money-making opportunity that I think that you guys need to take a part of or be a part of here very soon. Now this is obviously going to require you guys to be a little bit of a crafter, so if you guys haven't gotten up to a high enough crafter, you guys are going to either have to spend some time gathering the resources in order to make that happen, or you guys are going to have to go ahead and buy them. Either way, you can actually use those materials that you guys will be crafting for what we're going to be talking about here in just a little bit, and your focus is actually going to be on a tannery. Now, we're going to be talking specifically about leather in today's video. There's a lot of other money-making opportunities, and if you guys want to make money here in New World, hopefully having 43,000, and I spend money every single day, whether it's town projects, town boards, buying materials, but I also buy those materials and then I turn around and sell them for a huge profit, which I'm going to talk a little bit about in today's video. So I probably will kill the markets in a little bit of time, but you need to take advantage of some of these opportunities when they happen, because if you don't, that time will come and go before you even know it. I bet in just a couple of days, what we're going to specifically be talking about in today's video, the markets will significantly decrease, and especially by the weekend. So let's go ahead and take advantage of that right now. Let's go ahead and show you guys what we're going to be talking about. I don't have it here in the storage facility here at Everfall, but you guys can kind of see what I've got here. It's kind of a hodgepodge of garbage. No, it's actually some okay stuff sometimes, but I'm talking about Word, and I'm talking specifically about infused leather, and then eventually talking about runic leather. So, because you are going to need infused leather to go ahead and make and craft runic leather, but I can tell you right now that runic leather isn't even available for sale on my market here on my server. So it might be a little bit different depending on what servers that you guys play and how hardcore of players that you guys are playing with, but I know that there's certain players on the server that I'm on that are literally on here 24/7, or at least it feels like it. So let's go ahead and kind of take a look at infused leather for just a little bit of time here. So you guys saw that I had 283, almost 300 infused leather just chilling out in my storage at Word. Now, I was planning on using these to craft up the infused leather bag satchels because I feel like I can make even that much more money. However, my crafting ability within bags themselves, I'm not able to actually go ahead and do that. So I either have to get together with a couple of crafters in order to make that happen, which I think I definitely can, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and pay them a significant amount of money to really make that happen. So plus I also need to have either luck or extra pockets or whatever it might be in order to really make these bags sell. But we'll just have to go ahead and see what I need, and that might be another part that I might have to get into. So infused leather on my server, the cheapest one on any of the markets anywhere is $60. So currently in Eversfall, we've got 51 available at 68, and then 243 available at 69. Now this has slightly decreased from yesterday, but I have a feeling that by the weekend this is going to significantly decrease. So if you guys want to take advantage of this, you need to do it right now. That's kind of like a lot of the money making opportunities, because as soon as somebody sees a video on them, they're going to go ahead and start taking advantage of it. So to make infused leather, you obviously need a tier 4 tannery somewhere in the world, and I believe you're going to have to obviously use, and I haven't done any runic leather yet, but you're going to have a tier 5, but this is what you need. So just a couple weeks ago, layered leather was selling for $75 a piece, and taking a look at it right now, you can buy the cheapest right now at $4 a piece, which, you know, that's still a pretty decent, and that's significantly lower and significantly undercutted by a lot. So I might have to even myself go and grab these, but I can make quite a bit of this very quickly. So not very hard to actually go ahead and grab all of this that we're going to go ahead and need. But what you guys are going to need, obviously, to make layered leather: thick hide, rugged leather, and tannin. Now, we're not going to focus on buying the rugged leather. We want to buy a rawhide. We want to increase our crafting at the tannery, and then we're going to craft it into coarse leather, and then from there we're going to go into rugged leather. We're going to combine it with thick hide, and then we're going to get the layered leather, and then we're also going to go into infused leather beyond that. So, and then we need ironhide. Well, if we take a look at ironhide right now on the server, you can buy it ridiculously cheap. I mean, going over to Scale and going and buying 516 of these for a penny a piece, and then going over to Monarch's Bluff and getting a whole bunch more for just a few cents. I mean, Monarch's Bluff is where this is at in order to get this super cheap. I mean, I can buy a ton of it at Monarch's Bluffs. Now, if they have a tier 4 tannery, I could do all of this right there. Easy peasy, not have to really worry about it. But then we have to obviously get rawhide because that's what we need to start with. And which is crazy that regular rawhide is 24 cents a piece at the cheapest, but you have ironhide, which is a tier 5 resource, and it's only a penny, or pennies on the dollar, especially compared to what rawhide is selling it. So you can either go out and get this yourselves, or you guys will have to go ahead and buy it. But even putting a ton of money into buying all of this off the market, especially here in Everfall, I think is going to be well worth your time. I mean, we're talking 3,000, 4,000, 5,000 leather or rawhide just right here. You can go spend a half an hour to an hour and grab that much rawhide, or you could just go ahead and buy it and craft it. Now, you're not going to probably get a ton of infused leather from this, but you're at least going to get your crafting up there, hopefully really quickly. Plus, you also make, you know, rawhide worth or more valuable. So if you're trying to make something more valuable, you could go ahead and buy all of it out, and then people are going to charge a little bit more for it. But rawhide is simple enough to go ahead and get. I also have videos about how to actually get quite a bit of rawhide relatively quickly, so go ahead and check that out as well. And then we just need to go ahead and craft it. And then obviously tannin. I remember when tannin, it was like you had to go out and just scavenge for it because it was so incredibly expensive, like $3 to $5 per tannin in order to actually make this happen. So if you guys were looking at getting into coarse leather, the value wasn't even there because you were spending more on the tannin than what the coarse leather was even valued at. And then obviously you have, you know, rested tannin that you guys could go ahead and get into, which is still relatively cheap. And then beyond there, you guys have aged tannin, which is still relatively cheap here on my server for 24 cents each. So I can grab all these resources very cheaply, go ahead and sell the infused leather at $60 a pop. I guarantee that making just one infused leather does not cost me $60 at all of an investment to get into. And we can go ahead and make a killing, and then going again beyond that, going and getting into runic leather, because we'll be able to go ahead and do that when the time comes. But if you guys want to make a ton of money, this is where it's at. I'm not talking a few cents on the dollar like I was doing earlier, selling a ton of fiber. I mean, when I was doing fibers, I was making, you know, 90 cents per fiber, which was a huge amount of profit at one point in time. But now we're looking at 21 cents, which still isn't bad, but because you can get quite a bit for what you pick. But this is going to continuously bring the markets down the more and more people pick. And I know that people are out there trying to level up certain aspects of their crafting, so the markets are going to be driven down because either they have to dump it or they're going to have to go ahead and sell it for very cheap. But hopefully you guys appreciate this video about how my thought process is and what I look for even on my markets. I can guarantee that they're going to be relatively similar on your markets. And as the game obviously goes into the end game, there's going to be huge amounts of money to be made. Now, the next one that eventually I do want to get into is runic leather as a ending point here, but there is not a single one available for sale on our server. That means you could charge whatever you want probably get away with it. And I know that on servers that are relatively far into the end game already are selling this for right now at like $600 a pop. And you need this to craft some outstanding gear, and I can guarantee that major crafters are going to want to get their hands on this as soon as they possibly can. Just a heads up, and you need infused leather in order to make that happen. But if you guys enjoyed today's video, you know what to do. Like, comment, and subscribe down below. It would help me out a lot and is greatly appreciated. But until next time, YouTube, you guys keep doing what you're doing because you're already doing it, and you guys stay gaming.